It seems like everyone has heard about modern anti-racism ideology, and on the surface, it sounds like a good idea. After all, who doesn't want to be against racism? The problem is that anti-racism is a linguistic trick. Instead of condemning all forms of racism, it seeks to combat one form of racism with another. By doing so, it only perpetuates racial division and strife, harming everyone while sending a not-so-subtle message, toe the line or else. How should we understand the difference between proper opposition to racism and the ideology of anti-racism that so often fuels the fire of cancel culture? Let's compare two ways of addressing this issue. In 2007, U.S. Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts authored an opinion that struck down race-based quotas at public schools. In his ruling, Roberts memorably stated, "The way to stop discrimination on the basis of race is to stop discriminating on the basis of race." That makes sense to most people. If we want to stop racism, we must stop treating people differently based on race. Contrast that to another notable line, this time from author Ibram X. Kendi. In his 2019 book, How to Be an Anti-Racist, Kendi opined, "The only remedy to racist discrimination is anti-racist discrimination. The only remedy to past discrimination is present discrimination. The only remedy to present discrimination is future discrimination." It's fair to say that both Roberts and Kendi would agree that racism, harboring animosity and hatred for others based on their race, is evil. Neither would deny that racism still exists, and both would agree that it won't go away on its own. They part company, however, on how to combat racism. One would call for an end to all racial discrimination. The other meets one form of bigotry with another. Unfortunately, several public school districts across America are rejecting Roberts' vision in favor of Kendi's. Take, for instance, Albemarle County Public Schools in Virginia, which adopted its so-called anti-racism policy in February 2019. During a staff orientation, one district leader who helped develop the policy made its implications clear. He told staff to think about whether they were on the anti-racism school bus, whether they need help finding your seat and keeping your seat, or whether it's time for you to just get off the bus. So what does it mean to be on the anti-racism school bus in Albemarle County? The answer given by the district has been simple. For white students and staff, it's about becoming aware and confessing guilt for white privilege. For everyone, it's about fighting against and dismantling white dominant culture. According to Albemarle County Public Schools, that culture includes things like desiring to stay out of politics and adopting the wrong views on policy issues ranging from immigration to school governance. As one teacher told parents in an online forum, so-called anti-racism would be woven through in all of their classes in Albemarle County. That means there's no way for parents to opt out their children from this relentless onslaught of indoctrination. Based on curriculum ironically called Courageous Conversations About Race, the district's race-obsessed dogmatism bars the very possibility of a conversation. Here's a few of the things Albemarle County pushed staff or students to agree with. White people express themselves in what the curriculum calls white talk, characterized as verbal and intellectual. Meanwhile, non-white people communicate in what is called color commentary, which the curriculum deems nonverbal and emotional. Colorblindness is a racist idea, even though it's championed by many, including Clarence Thomas, the second African-American U.S. Supreme Court Justice. And lastly, the myth of meritocracy isn't true, but a lie meant to prop up white privilege. There is much more, but these examples drive home the point. Policies like these are a powerful tool of cancel culture. They treat students differently based on their race, and students risk being labeled as racist if they simply don't affirm the district's beliefs or agree to join the fight against white dominant culture. That's why 5 families in the Albemarle County School District filed a lawsuit with the help of Alliance Defending Freedom. Curriculum and training like Albemarle County's is hostile to free speech. It forbids objections and punishes dissenters. And because it labels Christianity as oppressive, it is hostile to the religious beliefs of these families and to millions of Americans across the political spectrum. All of that violates the First Amendment's guarantees, which lies at the heart of the American promise. That's a sacrifice no parent and no child should ever have to make. Follow this case at adflegal.org. You can also find more videos like this at adflegal.org/Freedom Matters. Like us on Facebook today. Also, subscribe to this channel on YouTube, leave a comment, and don't forget to click the notification bell.